I am 6 months pregnant and kicked my boyfriend out after finding out he blew $1,000 gambling. He still hasn't bought a single item for our daughter. I, 32F, am currently 6 months pregnant. My boyfriend, 29M, and I just moved in with my mother to quickly save for a house together. For a bit of the backstory, my boyfriend and I have been dating off and on for about 2 years. We have been off and on due to him not really communicating with me, hardly texting, going days without calling. He just seemed to lack care and interest. I also have a lot of trauma from past relationships and childhood that does create issues with relationships in my life. Trauma including physical trauma, child and domestic, and lots of infidelity. Although I am not one to lean on my trauma as a crutch, and I'm fully aware the need for therapy and medication. He fully understood the struggles I go through mentally. We reconnected 6 months ago after not speaking for a few months after he had lied to me. He had been lying about what he was doing but finally admitted to traveling to gamble and staying all night and day without contacting me. He literally lost so much that he was sleeping in his car in a Walmart parking lot with no way to get home. The truth only came out after I had a severe mental breakdown at work. I felt that someone that really loved me would never cause me so much distress, and also jeopardize my job. Once we reconnected, he has been communicating differently. He sat down and actually expressed his feelings. It was the only time I had ever seen him cry. He just seemed so different. He was communicating in a way that I had always needed. I felt like I could actually see that he really cared for me. Before, he never spoke about his emotions, and never really talked to me. A few weeks after reconnecting and doing well, we were reckless. He had done the deed inside of me, which he had never done until that day. I am not on birth control, so I felt I needed to get a plan B. However, what I thought was my period came the next day, so I didn't take it. It was not my period. I knew I was pregnant 2 weeks after, I just felt it. A test didn't show positive for another few weeks, and that's when I finally told him. We decided it would be best for him to move in with me for financial reasons, as well as emotional reasons. Soon after, we realized that my tiny rental was not good for a family. It was way too small, and way too expensive. So, I gave him the idea to put all of my stuff in storage, and live with my mother so that we could quickly save up for a down payment on a house. He thought this was a great idea to proceed within the next few months. At about 3 months pregnant, I discovered that he was looking up OnlyFans and other self-pleasure sites. This was devastating to me because we had discussed how I felt about it, and he had said he didn't watch it. It has always made me feel cheated on, then to be pregnant, and starting to feel vulnerable about my body during pregnancy on top of it, I was devastated. I am still devastated when I think about it. At about 4 months pregnant, he took a week off for his hobby of MMA. I was working as a full-time semi-driver, still currently doing so, during this time. I guess him taking a week off while I am consistently nauseous and exhausted, working 11-hour nights, had me a little hurt. Knowing if something happens with the pregnancy, he just took his only week off, so how can he be there for me? Not only that, I found out that he had said he was going to his parents' house, only to find out he had gone to a casino to gamble on one of his days off. At 5 months he had said that he planned to propose to me soon. So, when he insisted on taking a long overnight trip to a major zoo 4 hours away, I was extremely excited. I never wanted to be a single mother. That's why I'm 32 with no children. I have always desperately wanted a husband, a family. Everything about this trip screamed a proposal. It was my birthday weekend, and he insisted we go that specific weekend instead of waiting for my family to go the following month. My boyfriend had also set it up so we would take his 4-year-old niece along with us. I was okay with that, although a bit stressful. She is a sweet little girl, I knew she would have a lot of fun. I got the flu pretty bad a few days before the trip to the zoo. That on top of my working, and my pregnancy. It was too much. I know I shouldn't have still gone, but I just knew he was going to propose, and I didn't want to ruin it. I also desperately wanted to be able to call him my fiancé, instead of boyfriend. I have been so embarrassed to refer to him as my boyfriend, and his coworkers referred to me as a baby mama. I feel I have done too much in my life to be referred to as something so slimy sounding. I work hard, more hours than a lot of people, I cook, I clean, there's always clean folded laundry, and I am having his child. I just feel I deserved more. The day at the zoo had gone by without him proposing. I felt like I was dying after chasing around a 4-year-old on a hot summer day, pregnant, still recovering from the flu. My heart felt so shattered as the day went on without any sign of him proposing. When he finally asked what was wrong, I told him. He acted as if he didn't know why I would think that he would propose. I also discovered he not only didn't plan to propose, he didn't have a ring, nor did he have any money saved up for a ring. For months he had been living with me, only paying for part of the rent, not even covering utilities or household essentials. Those expenses were all covered by me. He has also not bought anything for our child, while I have bought everything, about $1,500 worth thus far. When I asked where all of his money has been going, he said it has all gone to catching up on debts, to improve his credit score so we can get a better rate on an FHA loan for the house. He had no proof of these claims. So, I immediately thought that he had been gambling, and that everything was a lie. I have seen him play poker on his phone for money. So I don't think this was outlandish to think. The day after we got back from the zoo, I told him he needed to leave my home. He left, and didn't contact me all night. The next day, my birthday, he finally showed up that afternoon. He said that he was at work, but that was clearly not reasonable. He finally admitted that he had been at the casino. He spent 11 hours there. He lost $1,000. My stipulations for him to come back into my home was to get therapy by the end of the week, buy the crib for our daughter, and he agreed to give me access to his bank account. He has done none of that. Currently at 6 months, we have officially moved in with my mother. My doctor put me on a 2-week leave because with the stress of him, plus working 11 hours a night, moving, cleaning, cooking, taking care of my 2 dogs, and the pregnancy, I felt like I was losing my mind, and I broke down crying in her office. He is always telling me to just relax. But I can't, because if I do, nothing will get done. All he does is either work, play on his phone, or lay in bed and sleep. I go do things no matter how exhausted I am, just in fear that he will get bored and gamble, or find someone else. On the 4th of July I brought him to a get-together at a lake, just to make sure he had a bit of fun. When we got back to my mother's, I immediately started cooking food for a little cookout we had planned. The entire time I noticed him on his phone. It was so bad he literally had a sparkler lit staring at his phone in the same hand. I was so embarrassed that my mom was seeing how glued to the phone he was. It was a poker game he was playing, but he swore he put no money into it. That night he was up in bed until 5 a.m. playing on his phone while I slept. The same thing happened the next day, this time it was 6 a.m. I finally asked to see his phone. The entire time he swore he put no money into it. I found $350 in charges. At first he acted like he didn't know what the charges were. He finally admitted to it. I also seen a $1,000 charge from a jewelry store. I had known he went to get me a ring the day before, but I didn't know he bought it. I'm hurting that he spent more in 3 weeks on gambling than he did for my ring. I'm not sure if I'm in the wrong for that, but it hurts. It hurts that he has caused so much pain. That he has broken my trust over and over. It hurts that it's as if he doesn't take me or our family seriously. He wants me to quit my job, but how can I when he still has not purchased anything for our child? How can I stop working when he gambled away more than he has ever put towards our family? He felt our baby kick for the first time, then in the same night gambled away $350 while she still has no crib. He has given my mother no money for allowing us to stay in her home. Not that she asked, but I feel the right thing to do is to give her something. Like the $350 he just threw away. I told him he needs to leave. He admits he is wrong, but in the same breath tries to say my mental issues are causing me not to see the good in him. I feel like I'm being gaslit. I guess I'm here because I'm so lost. I love him, but with everything I just can't believe that he has ever loved me. I can't believe that he really wants a family with me. I know therapy is needed, but I'm so busy and exhausted that I can't imagine searching for a therapist and setting it up. I feel like I'm fighting for someone that doesn't want what I want. Should I let him go? I know, if left up to him, he will not fix this. We will never have a family, and that breaks my heart beyond any pain I have felt, and Lord knows I have lived through too many painful things. But at this point, my baby and my health are at risk. I feel it in my heart. I feel my body getting weaker with all of these burdens and stress. I wanted a family with him more than anything, but I'm too weak to fight anymore. He is saying I'm destroying everything over $300. I just feel like he is playing with my mind. Ada for giving up and praying for him to fix things? Are my feelings accurate? Does he really not want this? Is it even worth fighting for anymore?